don't know where to look. So.
Yeah, I'm so curious. Yeah.
All right. Are we good? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining our little celebration at the end of Asia Pacific Inspires, which has been an afternoon of learning about the challenges and the opportunities in the Asia Pacific region. So we're just going to say a few words first, and then I know you're all waiting for the pizza, which is in there and coming out very soon. So I was just reflecting on, we've had a lot of talking about Muchi, I'm going to pronounce it improperly, Muchirao, correct? Yes, get some thumbs up. Okay, so apologies. But basically, I'm thinking through how to translate that into concepts that exist in the Asia-Pacific region. And so here are a few. So in Japan, there is the concept wa, which talks about the prioritization of harmony for community over personal interest. In South Asia, there is satsa, which is in Hindi and in Nepali. There is eksate in Bangla. There is akth in Urdu, all around concepts of collective action. They loosely translate as kind of togetherness or with friendship. In Singapore, we talk about kampung spirit. In Indonesia and Malaysia, there is gotong royong, which literally translates as the joint sharing of burdens. And in Thailand and in Laos, there is kuam samaki, which is about togetherness and the spirit of the collective. And in the Pacific, there is sole sulevaki. So all of these terms speak to the power of collaboration, helping neighbors and working together towards shared successes. So I just wanted to make that kind of cultural bridge between where we are now here in Brazil and the Asia-Pacific region. So just reminding us that climate action is not just technical or political, but it's profoundly social and moral. So with that, I'd like to just introduce Takisa to say a few words about some things that inspire her in her environmental action. So Takisa is a First Nations representative from Australia and an environmental activist. So Takisa.
I'm going to stand back here so everyone can see me. Cool. So there's so many things that inspire me, and it's been such a wonderful opportunity to be here at COP. It's my first ever COP that I've attended. It's my first actual international environment event that I've ever been to. So it's been so special to hear stories from all over the globe about how individuals and communities are working for climate justice and climate action. And to touch on it, young people and children are so inspiring. They're the ones that are standing in the streets, marching. They're writing letters to their politicians and MPs and the leaders of their countries, all because they just want a future. It's as simple as that. And so they're really inspiring. And the second group of people that I want to talk about is Indigenous people. Indigenous people have faced so many challenges, for so long, but they still continue to stand in this space and share their knowledge and wisdom of country and culture. And so it is so inspiring to see them continue to do this work and stand up for our environment and, for all of our communities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Takisa. Right, and last but not least, I'd like to invite Kirsten to join us, Director General of WWF International. Thanks, Kirsten.
Thank you. I feel like we're constantly on stage together, which is wonderful. We have a new colleague, I think. You did a good application for a job. So look, I'm not going to say too much, but I do want to say one thing, which is every time I travel to the Asia-Pacific region, I come back full of hope. It is, to me, one of the most exciting places. And I travel also, and I love every single continent on this planet. But there's so much happening in the Asia-Pacific region at the moment that fills me with hope. It's, of course, one of the places where there is just so much happening when it comes to green energy. There's a lot of stuff happening when it comes to development, and there's a lot of innovation. It's also the place, of course, where there is a lot of diversity. A lot of the biodiversity hotspots sit in I think it's more than half or about half of the world's biodiversity hotspots sit in the Asia-Pacific region. It's also the place where most of the groups of the indigenous people, which I didn't know, live. I mean, the indigenous people are all over the world, but I had no idea that the Asia-Pacific region was one of the richest when it comes to cultures and indigenous knowledge and wisdom. So for all these reasons, the Asia-Pacific is so important to conserve and to focus on going forward. And yet we also know, and I'm not telling you anything new, you know this better than I do, that it's also one of the regions that is most vulnerable when it comes to climate change and all the impacts that are taking place. And I think we've heard a lot of your stories coming out of the forest fires, devastating forest fires in Australia, but we also just came out of a panel from indigenous groups, especially from the small island states, who are facing the most detrimental impacts when it comes to climate change and had nothing to do with the cause of it. So for all these reasons, it's really, really important to step up our work in the Asia-Pacific region, to focus on conserving everything that's beautiful and wonderful, but also to cherish the hope that is coming out of that region, to focus on the huge amount of indigenous people and local community leadership that is already present in the region, and seeing how we can build on that and scale that up. And I hope we're going to still be hearing from some great stories from what's happening in the region and learn from each other. And I just will close this by saying, wishing you happy pizza and a happy evening, and wonderful to be part of this briefly. Thank you.
Right, let's get the pizza. We'll get the pizza.
Wanna make you mine, oh mine, oh mine. There's been something